Welcome back. In our previous session, we explored the challenges organizations face in implementing integrated assurance, challenges like misalignment, cultural resistance, and siloed reporting. Today, we shift focus to a major development that supports greater alignment and clarity across the internal audit profession: the key structural changes introduced in the 2024 IPPF standards. The International Professional Practices Framework, IPPF, is the global foundation for internal audit standards issued by the Institute of Internal Auditors. In 2024, the framework underwent a significant transformation, both in structure and intent. These changes aim to modernize the practice, improve accessibility, and align with the dynamic realities internal audit functions face today. One of the most important changes is the introduction of the Global Internal Audit Standards, which consolidate what used to be multiple separate elements, such as the core principles, code of ethics, and the international standards, into a single, integrated structure. This structure is now organized around 5 domains. One is purpose of internal auditing, reinforcing the function's role in providing independent, objective assurance and advice. 2. Ethics and professionalism, elevating the expectations of auditor conduct, integrity, and objectivity. 3. Governing the internal audit function, focusing on board-level support, independence, and resourcing. 4. Managing the internal audit function, covering planning, performance, stakeholder communication, and strategic alignment. And 5 is performing internal audit services, guiding how audits are executed, reported, and followed up. Within these domains, the structure clearly links principles, standards, and guidance, making it easier to interpret and apply across diverse audit environments. Another major addition is the introduction of topical requirements. These are new guidance components that address high-risk areas such as cybersecurity, third-party risk, and ESG. The goal is to provide deeper, more consistent expectations in complex audit topics, something many practitioners have long needed. Also, global guidance, IPPF 2024, supports the standards by providing non-mandatory information, advice, and best practices for performing internal audit services and processes. Also notable is the enhanced emphasis on internal audit strategy and its formal alignment with organizational priorities. Audit functions are now expected to document their strategy, track performance, and adjust dynamically, especially in response to risk changes and stakeholder expectations. Now, we'll highlight the key areas within the 2024 standards that are most likely to require immediate consideration and action by internal audit functions. These changes are not just updates. They represent strategic shifts that call for realignment in how internal audit delivers value. Let's begin with the first area. Standard 6.3, Board and Senior Management Support. Internal audit is no longer operating in the background. The new standard places a clear expectation on the Chief Audit Executive to actively coordinate with both the board and senior management, to champion the internal audit function so it can truly fulfill its purpose. This includes aligning with broader business strategy and objectives. As a result, audit functions are encouraged to revisit their brand identity and even reconsider their positioning and visibility within the organization, especially when it comes to internal marketing and stakeholder engagement. Next, we move to Standard 9.2, Internal Audit Strategy. While many chief audit executives already have a strategy in place, this standard emphasizes the need to formalize and refresh that strategy regularly. It's no longer acceptable to operate on an outdated or vague plan. There must be a clear connection between the internal audit strategy and board-level oversight, with measurable progress and alignment. Now, let's talk about Standard 9.5, Coordination and Reliance. This is all about working more effectively with other assurance providers, both internal and external. Chief audit executives must ensure that reliance on others is based on sound methodology and that coordination doesn't compromise quality or coverage. If there are gaps or concerns, they are expected to raise these with senior management or even the board if necessary. Moving on to Standard 10.3, Use of Technology. Technology has always supported audit work, but now it must play a more strategic role. This standard encourages a more defined digital strategy beyond just core analytics. Chief audit executives are expected to harness digital tools to enhance the function's objectives and extract meaningful insights that support better decision-making. Finally, we arrive at Standard 12.1, Internal Quality Assessments. This standard raises the bar for internal audit performance reviews. Audit functions must now conduct more robust, structured assessments to evaluate conformance with the standards and track progress toward performance objectives. It's anticipated that many teams will need to enhance their quality assurance and improvement programs in response to these expanded requirements. In summary, these 5 areas, governance alignment, strategy refresh, coordinated assurance, digital adoption, and quality improvement, are at the heart of the 2024 changes. They don't just aim to update procedures, they push internal audit functions toward a more strategic, visible, and impactful future. To summarize, the 2024 IPPF structural changes provide a clearer, more actionable, and more forward-aligned framework for internal audit. They support consistency, enhance relevance, and reflect the modern demands placed on the profession. In our next session, we'll examine how these changes translate into practical responsibilities, looking specifically at what the Audit Committee should now be focusing on, and how internal audit can best support its oversight role.